3D movies. Fun to watch? Fun to make? Maybe. This whole process. To create an animated 3D movie, you've got to go through this long process, all organized neatly and in boxes for your convenience, called the pipeline. First step, secure the deal. You've got to come up with something first, man. You can't just go in guns blazing with an idea. You've got to get those details down. Kinda. More like have a good pitch. Figure out who this film is for, what this film is about, and why. Dude, seriously, why? What is your angle, your scope? Figure that stuff out and you can move on to the next step. Idealization, aka the best part of the process. Here's where you slap that beautiful brain of yours down on paper with them character designs, the story, the environments, the world building, and all that other boring stuff like audience, topic, tone, objectives, and finances. But after all that is fixed up and approved by your producer, we get to next step, development. The project Bible decides how everything should look. It's basically the big book of everything previous. Characters, design, team roles, tone, audience, etc. The script is where everything is all finalized and looking good. Concept art, or if you want to be fancy, visual development. Boring stuff part 2, the electric boogaloo. You got the production plan. You gotta pitch those ideas, get some backing on your plan, baby. Get those gains, get that budget in place. Now for the greatest and definitely not tamest, pre-production. To get to this step, you've gotten everything else up and approved. Good for you. The production department is working overtime today. They've got to get all the teams together to finally get the ball rolling on this brainchild of yours. Now we got the storyboard. That's basically the moving comic strip that'll change your script and put it into the real world. And editorials behind the scenes working hard, cooking with fire. A note, editorial is everywhere. Be scared, be afraid, and thank them, or you will lose your life. Moving on. You've got the art, you've got the script, you've got your boards. Now we've got to get the big guns out here, modeling, rigging, surfacing, all the top dogs that'll help make your idea into 3D. You can't have your film without characters, can you? Modeling carves your babies out of digital clay, making them look all pristine and, gray. We've got to let them move, got to have some texture, some color. That's what surfacing is for. No, suddenly metal and glass look like, well, metal and glass. So we get that layout for animation. This lets your characters move in a big old complicated scene. We go get those 3D environments, but it ain't polished. First, you gotta block it out. Who knows, maybe this action won't flow right and 3 weeks of work needs to be redone. Once everything is blocked out and approved, seriously, everything needs to be approved. You've gotta be like that kid you once were, going up to your peepaw and mama, asking them if you like your picture. Yes, honey, now go animate. Final layout, you made it, you did it, I'm so proud. This isn't the end. But wait, what's this? A crowd shot? That's too many people for one person. So now you get a whole team. What's next? I'm ready to be done. But that character needs clothes. It needs its shine, maybe some hair, fur even. Wait, what if he changes color here? That's what your boys down at Character FX do. But what about backgrounds? The horizon, the clouds. Where are the clouds? That's where matte painting comes in handy. Look at those cotton candy clouds. I'm in awe. But the lights? The sun? Well, the lighting department is amicable to taking that call. A note, again, editorial is still in your walls. And finally, it's looking good, looking complete. But wait, what's this? Image filing? Sound? There's always more in a movie. There's some clipping here, maybe fine-tune that noise in the background. We can't let that get on Cinema Sins. That's what image filing is for, shaving down those little baby details that basically no one but us will see, and deranged lunatics online. Now we get to hear some of those sweet, sweet symphonies and ambience for the film, maybe even some Foley and SFX if you're feeling classy. And that's finally it. You're done. 2 full Google Doc pages for me and an average of 4 years of your life, and you get to watch this on the big screen. Kinda. You still got to get those legal things down like marketing, trailers, more editing. But for the most part, you're done. You're ready to roll, baby. All that other junk should have been in the brief your producer sent you in the first place. Though sometimes things go off script. Sonic the Hedgehog. Can't wait to watch that movie of yours, Champ.